Okay. We are live. I've got a little message first before I begin on the reading. I'm doing April's. I'm getting the tarot done first, and then I'm gonna go into astrology because I like to spend a little more time in the astrology. It's a general reading. So take it as it resonates, and doesn't, then it's not for you. It may be something else in your chart you need to look at, or wherever else is going on. Where your sun is right now is in Aries. It's not going to change to the 20th, so, and go into Taurus. So I'm starting a little early, so I can, by this weekend, I can start on the astrology and talking about that. So right now, the tarot is going to be from April the 1st to the 6th, which starts on, April 1st starts on Tuesday, and we'll go through Saturday. So then after that, it will be Monday through Saturday, or Monday through Sunday. Or Sunday through Monday, something like that. So anyway, we'll go by. I'll be going week by week with the tarot. The moon will be traveling through 3 signs this week, and it'll be Gemini, Cancer, and Leo. But it'll start out in Taurus. That starts the moon. Starts the new time. When I'm starting this on the 1st, it'll be going through. It'll be through Taurus, and it will be coming into conjunct with Uranus, which is about innovation and about uniqueness. Then it will go into Gemini, where it will come into conjunction with Jupiter, which Jupiter is all about luck and expansion. Then it will go into Cancer, where it will be going conjunct with Mars, which represents the drive and the ambition, and what we're looking forward to going in. Also, the moon is, where's my thing at again? Before I start, the moon on the 4th of this week, it will be in. On the 4th, that's a Friday. It will be in its first quarter, which where you start your intentions and set your intentions. And also why it's in Taurus before it goes into that first quarter. The moon will be exalted while it's in Taurus. So when it hits in Taurus, which would be sometime this week, the last week of March, when it goes in there, it's going to be exalted before it hits that point with Uranus, which, like I said, it has to do with innovation and uniqueness. So you have to see where Taurus is in your chart and what house it rules over in your particular chart. Its energy will be pure and elevated during that time. It'll be at the level of perfection. It's all going to be about perfection. That's terrible for me, because I'm not as bad as I used to be when I was younger, but it took health to make me stop trying to make sure everything was perfect. Then the moon's going to ingress into that Cancer after Gemini, after it joins with Jupiter, where it's about the luck and the, that's the thing too about with Gemini when it goes in there. Even though Jupiter is in opposition to its sign, Jupiter in Gemini is kind of at its detriment. I like to get into these things, especially when I start doing the astrology. That's why I can't wait to do it. I like spending more time on it. but it's anytime a planet is opposite its sign that it rules, it's in its detriment. It doesn't have the energy. So even though it is about luck and expansion, there may be some difficulties. So if you start seeing the cards, and I say Jupiter, keep that in mind, that while Jupiter is in Gemini, it's at its detriment. So you may not be as lucky in communication or your thoughts, or the ideals, or things expanding. It's a difficulty in the expansion. So be careful with that, I will say. Let's see what else is, we got Uranus. I'm looking at the wrong place. And also Uranus is I said it's about uniqueness and intervention. Uranus being in Taurus and the moon coming in there, and they're going to conjunct. Uranus is in its fall while the moon is exalted. So be careful when it comes to innovation. Be careful what you're investing in, you're tying in, because remember, Taurus, all these earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, are reality. Stay in the real world. I think there's a lot of people out there right now that's not in the real world. They're in some ideology that is just off the charts. And that's why I said there's going to come a time, and this will be discussed during the astrology part, that there's going to be some bad days, and we're just going to have to kind of keep to ourselves. If you've got that sort of mindset, don't get out there among the crazies. Watch where you're at. Watch where you're going. And all. So I was just noticing that, and I meant to say it in the other two. That's why it's important to watch the astrology part. Because I'm telling you whether the planets are exalted, whether they're in detriment, whether they're in fall, whether they're in exaltation. So just remember that. What planet rules what sign. And if you ever know that planet is in opposition of that sign, it's in detriment. It doesn't have, doesn't have the power. It's kind of limited in its abilities. And until it gets out of that sign, and especially when we're talking about Gemini, that's thinking, that's communicating, that's messaging, that's news. And, I've been watching a lot of the stuff, that's going on. So think about those things. But the moon is going to be in its power. It's going to be in exaltation. So you have a planet that's in a fall, and the moon, Uranus being in a fall, and the moon being in exaltation, and they're coming together. So it's kind of like the moon coming in to kind of support the emotionally. So you may see some cards in the reading that shows where there's support there for you. I got off my message. When the moon ingresses into Cancer, it'll be in its rulership. Now, in Cancer is Mars. And Mars in Cancer is in its fall. So you got Uranus and Mars in a fall. That means kind of like dishonored. Be careful with your actions. There's a lot of people out there doing stupid shit in their actions, and they're doing nothing but running their own reputation, their own lives. And that's kind of like what, when Mars is in that fall and Uranus is in that fall, it's like the fall of something or a dishonoring we all know that with Tesla. People going out there trying to destroy somebody and their innovation. Because why? Because what? He's unique. He's different. So, but the moon's hitting that both of them being in that position. And so this first week is going to be kind of really, really tough next week when it begins on Tuesday. And think of it again too, Mars rules Tuesday. It rules it the whole day, 24 hours. So, and then the moon, exalted. And then when the moon, it's not going to have anything when it goes through Gemini. And then when it hits Cancer, it's going to be in its rulership. Don't let your emotions overrule your ass or your thinking. Don't think with your rear end. Think with your head. So, and then when it gets into Leo, it's going to be coming in those aspects with the other planets. So, and if it aspects into with the Sun and Uranus, might be some squares, or could be sextiles, where there could be some possibilities. Neptune, I'm not quite sure where Neptune is right this minute, because I'm things up, but I'm not really looking at it. So, but just be careful. And like I said, come back this weekend, especially this weekend for the astrology. Let's see. Now, when it gets into Cancer and it's in its rulership, its energy is expressed most clearly, directly, effortlessly, allowing it to function at the most potent and natural state. On April the 4th, which I said is that Friday, the moon will be in the first quarter. It's time to plant the seeds, set your intentions. A good time to take action, make decisions, formulate goals, and move forward. Now, I did hear something about, we're going to be dealing with this thing on the 29th of March. So, they're talking about doing some stupid shit again. So, just be careful when you're out there this coming weekend. For you, Gemini, the moon being in Taurus is your 12th house. Now, remember, 12th house is a house of karma and also of releasing. But the 12th house is also about, dreams, visions, spirituality, and those. And it's going to be really, really most powerful, spiritual-wise. Then it's going to come into the first house, your first house, the moon will be there. And then it will go into your second house. Which would be Cancer and its rulership, so that's your second house. That's about your homeland, mother, strong feminine energy, emotions, and then it will end this week in Leo. Then again, like I said, it'll go in that conjunction with Mars. So. And we won't have full moon till the 12th, and that will be in Libra. It's something about justice, balance, And I really think about that, and I'm thinking about partnerships, relationships as well. But then there's that side of it that has to deal with the balancing of the scale. And there's a lot of stuff going on with that as well. So let's go ahead and get into the tarot. right, let's see what we got going on. Hope y'all been doing good. Feel free to ask any questions. Oh, if you're not getting notifications, you may have to unsubscribe and resubscribe, or check your notifications. You may have to reset them. All right, let's go ahead and see what will be coming out. We got a. All right, first card coming out is the Five of Wands. Oh, come on. Focus in. Come on. I'm just not going to focus in, I guess. Second house. We've got the Nine of Pentacles showing here. Security, Virgo energy. Next one is your third house. You got the Emperor coming through. That's Aries. And we also got the Sun showing there. It is Aries season. Fourth house, we have the Five of Cups. Scorpio energy. Come on. There we go. It's a loss of something, but you've got support there, so you're just not paying attention to it. Oh, wow. Just looking at the card, I just kind of got this thing of nobody cares. We got the Four of Swords. That's Libra. And there's your fifth house. And then we've got the Nine of Swords showing up. They're almost done with something here. Not quite sure what it is, but it's like, I'm done. Don't get depressed. Don't let depression take hold. Don't feel like a failure or anything like that. All right, your seventh house is your house of partnerships and relationships. You've got the Eight of Swords. So I don't know if this is the ending of a partnership or relationship or what this is, but it's almost like you didn't see it coming. But you feel kind of stuck. But you go from the 9 to the 8. Both of these are Gemini. Remember I said something about Jupiter being there in Gemini and it's in its fall, or it's in its detriment. I'm sorry, not fall, but detriment. It's Mars and Uranus. It's in a fall. So it's like something here is not expanding. Maybe it's communications. Maybe it's some idea or some, it could be a mistake or a bad, not, I don't want to say a bad news, but could be, there's a shadow of doubt over something here. It's like, make sure you, whatever you're doing here, that you balance. Don't make any major decisions right now, because with emotions here, it's almost like finding out something you didn't know, because this is Scorpio, and Scorpio deals with the darkness, the depth, and it's Mars rule too. So it's like something's not working out, not the way you intended it to, or whatever that may be. Then on your 8th house, we have the 7 of Wands. Again, we're talking about Leo energy. It's the final stage of something with Leo. It's, again, facing the sun here, sun here. Don't overreact to something here. Because that 8th house is, I don't know what's in your 8th house. I don't know what signs there. That would make the difference to the message on this. Because this is like, it's almost like, I just get this thing of like, here, here I am. I did something. You want to be, it's something to be seen here. In your 9th house, we have the 2 of Wands. That thing's been coming up a lot. Trying to, twos are usually decision makers, where you're really not taking any action, but there's a path you need to go, but it's kind of like blocked until you make this decision. I mean, that's like shouting out. Now it's telling me, I'm done. Like almost like the maestro with the stick there, conducting the orchestra. The music or direction, giving direction to something here. As well. And this is Aries. Let's see. Next thing we got the Queen of Pentacles in your 10th house, which is a good sign. And she's looking at that Ace of Pentacles. And it's like, okay, there's an opportunity here to do something. And really looking at something of value. Now, 10th house has a lot to do with, like I said, it's general reading, but the 10th house isn't always going to be everybody's Capricorn, okay? I don't know what's in your 10th house. In your 11th house, we've got the 3 of Cups. Now remember, you had the 3 of Cups here. It's like you're bouncing back. From something. And in the 12th house, you got the Fool. Some people associate it with Aries. I associate it with Aquarius. Your overall energy here happens to be the Star. Again, Aquarius. energy. Major Arcana. I think that's the only one you got. No, you got two. You got the overall energy as the star. So that star is like, it's funny, you got 3 of Pentacles here and 3 of Cups here. That's Capricorn energy. You also got the King of Swords. Got a lot of Aquarius here. You may have Aquarius strong in your chart somewhere, but it's like you're going toward a direction. You know what direction you need to go in. You're being kind of like, with the star, it's Aquarius, but it's like in that area of innovation, knowledge. You know something now. Or you're being guided towards something here, a point. It's like follow your destiny. Okay? So that's so we're going to start off with the first house, which is this 5 of Wands, like I said, was Leo. That's where we're going to end up at the end of the week. On the 6th of April. We're going to end up with Leo because the moon's going to be there. I'll be there for a couple of days. And Leo has to deal with the strength. This being the 5 is like the right around the first part of Leo. In that first decant of Leo. So something is just starting. Could be something with family, because we're talking about the family houses. From the in between the on the cusp of the third house and the 4th house. You know, the earlier childhood years, or those early years, and then that the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, or the 4th, 5th, and 6th are about the family. So this could be something about family. It could be a clash of egos or about identities. Who's like who? My mama used to always say, "You just like your daddy." He was so right, but I got a little bit older than me too. But it's like games. It's like comparison here, but it could also be the clash of egos or identities. How do you identify in some way here? The next thing we have is this 9 of Pentacles. Now this is Virgo. This is where there's that area of its security and its reality. I love Virgos. Especially after they've, a lot of them will educate themselves, or they're very into knowledge and work, have a strong work ethic. They focus on stability a lot. They can be very analytical. And they're ruled by Mercury, as well as Gemini. So whatever this is, whatever you're thinking here, or whatever maybe a partner is thinking about, or in something in a relationship because of your 7th house here. You're going to have to control something here, especially with this being the 3rd house where Gemini and Jupiter are setting there. and it's detriment. And this is where Uranus is at, and Uranus is in a fall. You go from a fall to a detriment with Uranus. But remember, again, that moon is coming in. You may be needing some support, outside support. Don't think you can control it all. Now, this is Aries, or be aggressive at doing something. Face whatever it is you have to face and be strong. But, you know, if you need the help, don't be afraid to ask for it. And if you need to take a step back with this Four of Swords and finding out something here, because Mars is in this fourth house, and this is Scorpio, and Mars rules Scorpio as well. Don't seek vengeance, okay? Don't look for a revenge on something, or don't allow somebody to try and do that with you, like damage your reputation or know your worth. Because, you know, I look at it here and it's like, whatever's going on here, it's like you got the backing. When you think all else is gone, or you're in this deep shadows, left out, you know, blocked out, left out, somebody here doesn't know what maybe you're going through, and maybe you need to talk to them. Maybe you need to say, look at me. I need to talk to you. You know, we all get in some sort of identity crisis, not knowing which way to go, not knowing what our purpose is in life or anything like that. But it's like it's your decision. You make it. And right now, but don't try to make any major decisions until this Mercury and Venus finally starts moving. And when I do the astrology this weekend, and I go over that, I'll let you know when it's going stationary. It's still in the shadow. Anytime it's, like I said in the introduction, planets will go and they'll kind of stop. And it's called a stationary position, meaning the shadow period before the retrograde. And then it goes to the retrograde. Retrogrades are all that review, reconsider, reorganize, restructure, reconcile, and those things. And Venus has a lot to do with the revamping of things, restructuring, reorganizing. Once all that's done, and she goes from the morning star back up to the evening star. And she becomes bright after she goes behind the sun. But don't make any major decisions, and I'll let you know then in the astrology when is the time. Because this is thinking. You know, this is the that early life. Something here. It's like whatever this is maybe you've got a really good family. Maybe you have to, you know, Emperor is usually the ruler, the father. Sometimes we might have to, the husband or the mentor. The person that has, that knows, that can give you where you may need to go to get the information, whatever the key is here that can help you. Or the confidence you may need about something. Or maybe you're the one that's trying to give the partner some sort of a partnership, or a person you may be in business with or working with, or the husband. Can tell you where you need, even if it's, say if it's a parent, okay? And there may be some health issues or whatever. This could also be discussions. Don't let yourself get caught up in some chaos. And this is almost like telling me with this 8th house is to release it, whatever this is. Let it go. Just let it fly. Just say, I'm done. I'm through. I'm done with it. Whatever it is. And maybe that's your decision. And then look how you come out. It's like friends help. Assistance. Support. Again, the Cancer. It very well be when Mars gets into Leo. And it comes out of that fall. Always, like they say, it's always darkest before the dawn. And this kind of reminds me of Venus falling behind the sun, but coming back up to be the evening star. Spiritual, I think you with that Aquarius energy. You've got good relationships somewhere in your social groups or whatever it may be, but it's almost like you just spiritually, since I've let it go, I'll let whatever that action was go, and I've gotten rid of it, and I put it out there, and I'm done with it. It's like I can move forward now. I know which direction I'm headed in. Because you can't get no better than the Queen of Pentacles other than the Empress. That Queen of Pentacles is right in that part of that 9th house and 10th house. Is in that area where you've come into that security. It's a circle of life. But this here just tells me, it's like this is someone a lot older that knows what to do. So seek advice where you need to seek it. But be careful with, make sure you're getting it from the right person. Somebody you really, really trust. Like my mom always said, count your hands, you can count your friends, your real, real good friends on one hand, and you'll still have fingers left over. That you can really trust. So anyway, that's what I got for you, Gemini. Y'all take care and come back for the weekend or look at the other videos. Please give a thumbs up. Support me that way. You can also share the links. Also come back for the astrology. I want to get the tarot part out of the way so it's done, and then I can spend my time on the astrology, which I really love doing. So, but what you have here is you have Leo, you have Virgo, you have Aquarius. This is the major arcana, very strong energy here. The sun is in Aquarius right now. So it's really fired up, strong. The sun is really exalted while it's in, so it's really powerful right now. Just as the moon is very powerful in Taurus, the sun, with it being in Aries, Aries season, and the sun being there, it's really, really strong, and it's really active. There's a guy I like to watch. He talks about the sun and its sun, the burst. I forgot the rays that comes off, that the energy that comes off the sun that hits the earth or the other planets. And right now I think there's Mercury and Venus is right in line with the earth. I don't have your phone number. My old phone got wet. It fell in the toilet. It fell out of my pocket. And so I had to get a new phone. So the old number's on the old phone. So you're gonna have to call me, because I don't have that number anymore. You can always text it to me. I mean, I got the same number, but I just had to get a different phone, and I couldn't move those over. Okay, so anyway, like I said, come back for the astrology. You're going to enjoy it, and it's going to be interesting on what's going on. So, like I said, right now is the time to just, with both, I was talking about the plasma that's coming off of the sun, that burst that comes out, and Mercury and Venus are lined up with the Earth, so it's like right at us. But Mercury's taking it all on, and Venus, is it Venus or Mars? I don't remember which one it is. Anyway, there's two planets that's right in line with us when this happens. So, sun's been very active here lately. Don't believe climate change. That's garbage. Please. Our weather has so much more to do with the universe instead of what they say. I mean, you can't even see us, right? You're up in space and you can't even see us. I mean, we're way down on Earth, okay? And we're supposed to, all these little people are supposed to be putting pollutant in there and all that. Con men, that's all it is. But anyway, that's what I got for y'all. Y'all take care, and I will see you later, because I've got one more sign to do before I kind of, let's see what my battery's looking like. It's going down some. Cancer to do, and then I might call it quits for the night. Yep. So y'all take care, and I will see you on the flip side. And I'm glad to be back. I hope I stay back. Like I said, I've got some things going to be changing. I'll be moving, so not sure when. It's a little bit here and there. And so anyway, life changes. Can't stay the same all the time. So with that being said, y'all take care, and I will see y'all later. Bye for now.